Good afternoon and welcome everyone to our Public Infrastructure, Environment, and Sustainability Committee. I'm just going to take a moment here and say this will be my last year chairing this. It's been fun and quite the learning curve, so I look to hand it off to my Councilmember Klitsky as she goes forward with this work. So with that being said, we're going to start with the update from Marlene Feist on the Cochrane Basin projects. Marlene? Well, maybe it's not Marlene.
Sorry, it's Jonathan Adams, engineering.
Yeah, got talking to the mic.
Yeah, Marlene asked me to give the presentation. Jonathan Adams, principal engineer for our engineering department. So this update's for the Cochrane storm drainage basin. It includes approximately 5,300 acres of North Spokane, ranging from Market and Francis in the northeast corner down to Montgomery and Alberta in the southwest corner. The stormwater from this basin, currently flows untreated into the Spokane River, kind of by TJ Meenock Bridge. And for several years now, the city has been designing and constructing multiple projects that divert the water through a series of vaults and pumps and treatment ponds. The main ponds are located in two locations, Downriver Disc Golf, all the way to the left there, and the Downriver Park, also known as the boat launch area, which is right down at the base of TJ Meenock and the bridge there. Due to physical locations of these sites, the stormwater gravity flows from Northwest Boulevard and TJ Meenock down to the boat launch, and it's pumped through the purple line all the way over to the disc golf site. This presentation is going to focus on the downriver site, the boat launch area. The downriver park treatment site was designed to take a portion of the flow from the basin, treat it through a series of ponds. The amount of flow is controlled by a system of weirs and slide gates that are in a vault up at the top of TJ Meenock by Northwest Boulevard. And this portion of the system was still under construction during the storm event that caused the issues. Oops, wrong direction. So once the water gets down TJ Meenock through a pipe across Downriver Drive, it outfalls into the settling basin and then flows down that steep gravel hill into the treatment ponds. The settling basin was designed and constructed where it is largely to provide maintenance access, as this is where the heavy metals and silts and other debris will collect during smaller events. And you can see the access road down into that little sump area where it can be cleaned out periodically to get rid of those materials. And then during larger events, it flows over this spreader weir and down the slope to the treatment area. So the expected flow through the piping system and the valving system was about 6,500 gallons a minute, which, just as a reference, is about wide open fire hydrant is about 1,000 gallons a minute. So it'd take 6.5 fire hydrants to equal the flow coming out of the pipe into this pond. Because the system at the top of the hill was still being constructed and adjusted and wasn't final, we actually saw something closer to 10,000 gallons a minute, which is significantly more than what was expected. So you can see here the water's going over the top through the rocks and kind of flowing back out and then spreading out and into the ponds below like it's supposed to. So this was kind of the start of the storm event. And during the storm event, we did have well, actually, step back to, because of how the amount of volume that this takes to actually function, there was no, and where we are, there's no fire hydrants or other water sources nearby that we could have tested this system prior to an actual storm event. And unfortunately, the first event we got was a very significant one. So during that storm event, we had stormwater crews and our construction crews on site, kind of monitoring things to see how it worked, as it was the first time that we saw flow through here. So, after it flows down, goes through the treatment areas and spreads out and infiltrates. Unfortunately, you can see the amount of water coming out the pipe there after it did wash out the check dam and started flowing through. So during the storm event, what happened was the water spread out farther than expected, coming over that weir and got past the reinforcement areas on both sides. And then it focused the energy because of the angle of the pipe on the far side there, which caused the majority of the erosion to take place there. Once it eroded back through, that's where all the erosion focused. So because of the size of the storm and the inability, because this section isn't pumped, we didn't have any way to shut the water off completely. But luckily the CSO crew was there from our wastewater department and was able to go down into the vault at the top of the hill and restrict the flow as much as possible, setting sandbags and things down in there to close, and some plywood to close off that pipe that goes down. So that was a huge benefit. They kept the issue from being much worse. We're able to minimize the damage and the amount of sediment that was washed into the river. There was also some construction BMPs, silt fence, erosion control measures that worked as they're supposed to minimize that impact also. So moving forward, we will be working with ICM, engineering, wastewater. We'll all be working together here to come up with a revised plan for the outfall and the settling pond. It'll get rebuilt as weather permits. We've learned a lot from this, and the revisions will aim to mitigate the multiple risks of the large amount of water flow and the energy it carries in order to prevent other issues coming up in the future. Mostly what we'll probably end up doing is trying to lower that pond so that there isn't that much flow going down such a steep hill. Have yet to decide how to go about that. Hope to have it back online by this summer.
Any questions? So just for clarity for my sake, so what you're doing now will mitigate this, and we don't expect that type of water between now and the spring?
So, correct. We've had, up at the vault at the top of the hill, our wastewater crew has been able to pretty well shut off the water temporarily. Is in a condition where water is not going down to the side.
Okay. You guys are amazing, but just in the modeling, we never thought this was something that could occur.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is a lot of risk with having water flowing down, being stored at a higher level and flowing down a steep slope. We had some ideas of where we may have problems and had some ideas of how to fix that, but this unfortunately wasn't one that we foresaw, and without being able to test it on a smaller scale, we wouldn't have a chance to fix it before it became a bigger issue.
Have we received any billing on what the cost of the damage repairs will be yet?
We don't. Basically, we'll have to come up with an alternative design and get that information out to contractors to figure out what the cost will be.
Okay. Councilmember Zepone.
Yeah, thanks for all this information, and that's very unfortunate to happen. I'm just wondering how confident we can be that it won't happen again, I guess.
So a lot of what we'll be talking about very in depth is how to keep that from happening again. Like I said, we've identified several other risks that, whether this happened immediately or, down the road, there's some other ways that we've kind of seen as it was happening and other things that could have happened. So we'll take all that into account. Like I said, the biggest thing we'll do is lower that down. The biggest reason it was up higher was for access for maintenance. We're going to work with our maintenance department, figure out what minimize, figure out what the minimum access they need, get that lowered down so there isn't the slope that it's going down, and also get the equipment engaged and flow controls online correctly and get them adjusted so that we aren't seeing more flow than we should be also. So.
And was all this work that was done on this Cochrane Basin, was that all in-house or was part of that contracted out?
The design was in-house, yes.
And the bill?
The bill
was
is
in-house?
contracted.
The bill was contracted out, okay. Any other council member questions? All right, well, thank you so much. We look forward to an update.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ray Lynn coming down with a corroded pipe emergency. It's all about water today.
So we're going to stay in the same TJ Meenock area with this one. We do have an interceptor pipe in that area as well. Jonathan kind of showed a siphon that was also installed about that same time, as TJ being shut down. So our pipe here is, and down in the lower left corner is the pipe that where our sinkhole is at. And we've identified that the pipe's deteriorated. And that is there, West River Drive, about Alberta. TJ Meenock's right there off to the left, or to the right. So it started out on November 23rd. I think the rain event was a couple days before that washed the other site out. And then we got this call for a sinkhole in that area. We secured the area best we could that was on a Saturday, which is the hole you got there. Monday we were out there actually trying to secure the area to make it safe, one, for the employees to go in. How do we fix this? What's causing this sinkhole? And we worked with one of our contractors to actually get that apparatus there, a shoring box that's round, it's for manholes, and worked with them to try to get that safe to be able to enter it and see what's going on. What we found, though, was the pipe is deteriorating. So the picture here on the left is a picture of the pipe as it's entering so we have an interceptor 3 that's going into interceptor 2. Interceptor 2 is the one that's going to the plant. It's right about where they merge is what you're seeing. And the pipe is deteriorating. That pipe was put in 1981, and it's a concrete pipe. And it's got about a half an inch left of it on the top of that pipe. The picture on the right there is after they've got the shoring box in there and everything. And you can see the little holes. I don't know if you can see them, but there's little holes on both ends of that. That was as rocks were falling down, they actually put those holes in because it's so thin. It's, like I said, it's about a half inch, should be 3 inches thick pipe. So big issue here. Plan is, and we are in the process of doing this, starting this today, is we're going to slip line that bad pipe, that whole section. It's about 120 feet. We'll excavate on the up there up by the road. We're going to butt fuse pipe together and literally slide it down the inside the pipe that's existing. And we're going to have to pump around this up in that upper corner. So that process is going to be happening this week. And I believe they're starting digging the access point right now. So that's our plan. We're going to bring the contract forward. We didn't feel this can wait for any timing here, so you'll get the contract. We've got all the procurement stuff filled out and everything. So,
Councilmember Bingo has his hand up.
Hi, Raylene. Thank you. What's the life cycle of a concrete pipe, a 3-inch concrete pipe like that?
Thank you, Councilmember Bingle. It should be much longer than that. The pipe should last, a good 75 years or longer. The cause of this is hydrogen sulfide, which is within the sewer system, and it actually eats the concrete pipe. And so that's what we've determined it was the problem as it's going into that other line that has stirred up the hydrogen sulfide. We've been proactively, over the years, we reline pipes that we start seeing issues like this. We never caught this one. This was one that missed our radar. But in our 6-year capital, we have every year, every other year, we do CIPP projects, some of them for lines with hydrogen sulfide in them. And so that would have been one of those options we could have done if we caught it sooner. But that is a problem with the concrete pipes sometimes if we get that H2S in them.
So Raylene,
Awesome.
these are just, go ahead, Councilmember Bingle.
I was just going to say thank you. My next follow-up question was going to be, why did it not last, the length that I know it should have? And so it's good to hear that we've identified the issue and we're going to be replacing it appropriately. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. So was there any causation between these two that just happened to happen at the same time, or was there a nexus?
I don't think there was. I mean, there could have been a little bit because of the disturbance. Not that was the cause of it. But, there was equipment running right there, so you had a weak pipe and a little bit of extra rain. We had some cracks in it, and it gave way. I don't think there's anything there I think was going to happen. It helped identify, if anything, it showed its ugly head really quick as soon as it started raining, so, which is good. I mean, I'm to be thankful for anything, I guess. It was on a hillside, not where too many people are. The security access to this is, it could have been worse out on the road or something. So I'm thankful for all that.
What's a liner? I probably won't understand it, but I have to ask, what are
So-
you lining with?
It's a like fiberglass matting.
Is that like my regular sewer pipes when I've had my pipes lined, kind of
If
something
you
same?
had yeah, it's the same process.
Okay.
Yeah. We do small ones in-house, and they're like stents, pipes going bad, arteries going bad, you put a stent in, blow it up, and it's a new pipe inside of a pipe. And the CIP, which is cured in place pipe, is just that, replacing a whole line.
Okay, great. Any other questions for Raylene? Well, thank you guys for getting on it like Johnny on the spot. We appreciate it, and all the work for everybody that showed up on a weekend. Is that when things happen?
Isn't it?
On the weekends.
Weekend and a holiday.
Weekends and the holidays, all righty. Next up, we have Ariel, who's going to come up with the hot spotters. Is it Ariel or Maggie? Ariel's going to come. Okay, hot spotters.
And I think I'm up for a couple of items, so I don't know
Okay.
if you want me to just
We'll do that.
through those. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much for allowing me to come before you all today. So the first item will be the hotspotters or the consistent care RFP that went out, closed October 14th. We only had one response, which was from Consistent Care. And that is, if you all remember, Dr. Nevins had actually come to a study session not too long ago, and so that's just to kind of give some context. So the agenda / briefing paper kind of outlines generally what that, what that contract is going to look like, and then the outcome measurements that we hope to obtain through this contract. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer. Mhm.
Go ahead, Councilmember.
Yeah. So I guess I'm wondering just what is the process going to be? So it says up to 50 folks who are addicted would be eligible. At what point do they enter the program, and what are the parameters for them to remain in the program?
Sure. So, there has to be obviously a willingness from that individual to seek assistance. And in terms of, when somebody may be exiting, either one, you've got a positive outcome, so that individual is now maybe exited into transitional housing or an Oxford House. In some cases, maybe completely independent living, like rapid rehousing. And, you know, if there's a period of time, if somebody's kind of blown out and it's been 60 days, that's kind of the typical timeline, even for street outreach, that if you have not engaged or that person has just kind of disappeared, that now you're exiting them from that project, so.
But I guess, is there going to be some connection to, you know, whether they're engaged in the criminal justice system? And so if they are, you know, rather than, so in lieu of jail or something else, they're put into this program, or if they're in the program and they do commit certain criminal acts, are they out of the program? Like, what? Just trying to understand all that.
Sure. So consistent care works very closely with community court, as an example. So, you know, community court and alpha court have their own rules, and, you know, when somebody, you know, maybe is moved from community court to alpha, I can't readily answer that in this moment. But I think, like with all programs, I mean, you've got to be able to, you have to show up. And I think that the services at consistent care is separate and apart from whatever may be happening on a, you know, legal side of things. But as long as the individual is willing to participate, consistent care will be there to support them.
So, Errol, what will we do with the data that's captured?
Sure. So we will be leaning into HMIS. Right now, the data that has been collected has been done by way of a, you know, an Excel sheet, and so we've got all the, you know, there's very consistent communication with consistent care and the city in terms of who they are working with currently, kind of what the status is with those individuals, and then, you know, part of what of what consistent care does is they've reconvened that hotspotters meeting. In pre-COVID, you know, many folks would attend these, and so that too has allowed them to, you know, to help identify folks and hopefully re-engage. But right now the data collection is happening, and it will be happening with this contract directly into HMIS.
Any other questions for Errol on this one? All right, Errol, and thank you, Marlene, for allowing us to skip over you for a minute.
Okay.
We're going to next go to the inclement weather contract, Errol.
Yeah, so as promised, we are coming before council. We had indicated, Donna indicated that any time that we were going to be amending beyond what those initial contracts look like, we were going to come before council. And so here I am. And really trying to get ahead of the weather. You know, generally January, February tend to be our coldest months. And so just making sure that we don't, you know, run out of money, knowing full well that, you know, we're going to be on break, council's not going to be meeting. So we're asking that $50,001, because those other contracts were for $49.99, that we go ahead and re-up those contracts or add an additional $50,001 to each one of the providers' contracts. So we're maintaining the, you know, the data. Each provider is using Shelter Me. Our staff are keeping close eye on the utilization. And I think that that's going to be really key for us as we move into 2025 to be looking at those utilization rates in order for us as a community to determine what, you know, what subpopulation maybe are we over, you know, contracting for, right, versus maybe some other subpopulations that that we just simply need more beds for. So TBD on that, but that data is there. We are collecting it, and I will report that back out to council and to the community at large as time goes on. So any questions on that?
I just have to ask, we have heard no chatter around young adults, and what is the capacity for young adults in our communities on the streets?
Yeah, so the young adult shelter now is back open 24/7. They have a total of 44 beds. If you look on the Shelter Me app, there is, you know, there is bed space available, really on a nightly basis. I stop checking the Shelter Me probably around 10 p.m. each night. So, you know, what I've seen typically the next day is they've got at least on average five to 7 beds, from my recollection. So they are open, they're fully staffed, and are able to provide bed space as well for young adults.
This is the old crosswalk location?
No, this is the new shelter that's by SCC.
By SCC.
Yeah.
So nothing in the downtown core that's for young people?
No, that's not true. Cup of Cool Water. Yep, they are up and running, and they provide day services and night services too. No overnight sheltering, to my knowledge. Happy to touch base with Daniel on that, but that's my understanding. So, and that is definitely utilized by young adults. So, yeah.
Any questions for Ariel on the additional monies? All right, one more time. The Homeless Management Information Systems Extension.
Yeah, so this is just, we come before you every year. This is for a 1-year extension with Ecovia, our software vendor that manages the homeless management information system. Also, just as an aside, we are now going back to HMIS as opposed to CMIS. So that verbiage will be changing moving forward. We actually saw a reduction in cost from the previous year, and that's primarily because we don't need the amount of customization because now we've got a fully functioning team, and with a wide variety of skill sets, we can actually lean more into our HMIS team to help support some of those projects or project requests or tasks that we were relying on Ecovia for. So,
Any other questions around that? Councilmember Dillon.
Yeah, thank you. I was curious how, trying to remember back after our last kind of regional homeless meeting, how some of this is going to interface with the health district dashboard. Would you be able to speak to that?
Sure, yeah. HMIS is absolutely heavily utilized. That data that we have in HMIS is what we give to SRHD to provide their forward-facing dashboard. So, yeah, that relationship is very critical.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Ariel.
Thank you.
Now we'll jump back up to Marlene and talk about the city-county wastewater management agreement.
So good afternoon, everyone. I see we have a little bit of snow going on, so I'm sure we're out doing some de-icing. Just remember that. Anyway, so I wanted to speak to you a little bit. So the city and the county have had a ILA around wastewater since 1980. Our systems are connected throughout the community. Much of the county's sewage that's generated to the north comes to our own city plant, and there's other connections throughout the community. We have built, the North Point area we have a lift station up there in the North Point area. It serves a relatively small area north of Lincoln Road between Division and Nevada. And this lift station has been having trouble for a number of years now. And so the question for the city was whether we should replace the lift station or there was an easier way to do it to have it gravity feed into the county's system. So we worked together with the county and developed a project to divert and convey that wastewater to a lift station through a new gravity sewer connection point with the county's sewer, which was located at North Normandy Lane and West Holland Avenue. So this normally would require an amendment to our ILA with the county around wastewater, just to, basically account for how those flows are going to be accounted for and those kinds of things, and just to make sure that we understand, that we can share in the maintenance then of those extra facilities going and joining the county system. We do have a letter from the county indicating that they were supportive of this project and were working together with us on this project. When we went to do the amendment, there were some additional provisions that the county has attempted to include in that amendment, including restrictions around utility tax. Now, obviously, that's a discussion for the city and the county to have, but probably beyond the scope of this small amendment in this small area of sewer connections. So the mayor did send a letter to the county a week or so ago indicating that, and we also think it's important for the the council to weigh in here and just go ahead and approve what would be the normal amendment to the agreement, and then and suggest that and send it back to the county to see if they will go ahead and sign for this particular small section of sewer.
Councilmember Cathcart.
Yeah, so if ultimately there is no agreement, what's the impact? What happens then?
Well, if ultimately that lift station will fail, and we will end up with a spill to ground of sewage if we can't work together on this. I think from a staff to staff perspective, I think we certainly don't want to see that happen.
But I
Yeah.
guess, I mean, what I mean is if the county and the city can't come to agreement for whatever reason, I assume that we have a backup plan or some other ways that we would consider addressing this. What might that be?
Well, I mean, I suppose we could go back to the original project and build a new lift station, even though this other project has been built and is in place. So at this point, we feel like it's just an unreasonable withholding of an agreement for something that's unrelated. Then, I mean, this is really part of our normal course of, I mean, we've been working together on wastewater issues literally since 1980. And our systems are so intertwined and intermingled, to hold back and for this agreement just it doesn't make a lot of sense. So what we're trying to do is just get to a normal agreement.
But I think from the county's perspective, there's been this ongoing sort of war around, the utility taxes and how they apply to some of their infrastructure. And I'm assuming this is not a case of them trying to settle a different aspect of that, but them trying to make sure that wouldn't apply to this area. Is that?
No, it's related to the entire application of utility tax related to their plant, which is in the city limits, which really is kind of beyond. We're already interconnected in this area. This is already, all the sewage goes to the city's plant. So, so we're just trying to get to some sort of reasonable solution here.
No, I agree. I guess I'm just saying I can see their perspective when there's been this pushback of trying to collect these utility taxes from them. I guess I can kind of see where they might be uncomfortable without some protections there. So that's all.
Any other questions for Marlene on this?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Marlene. Next, we're going to have Mr. Piccolo come up, or Lyndon. Welcome.
Afternoon, Council. Thank you for having me. I am here, we are talking about a resolution to accept a settlement on the Bradley officer-involved shooting case. I know the council was briefed in executive session, so you're all aware of it, but we did have a mediation on December 2nd and came to an agreement for a settlement on Miss McLaughlin. That was the girlfriend of Mr. Bradley. So that is what we are briefing here today. The resolution will come before council, I believe, on January 6th.
Any questions for Mr. Smith? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And last, we'll have the staggering terms by Adam McDaniels.
Council members, you've appointed about 70-plus members to our boards and commissions this year, and I appreciate that. I put the wrong expiration date on 5 of them, and that's our Climate Resilience and Sustainability Board. And what this resolution will do is extend 5 of those 15 members one year. So those 5 are Larry Luton, Happy Avery, Amanda Parrish, who was voted as vice chair of the board this past week, Brian Hennon, who was voted as the chair, and then Elise Hockstead. Those were the first 5 that were appointed to this board, and probably make the most sense for extending them.
Great. Councilmember Bingo.
Yeah, thank you. So what's the term on the board?
So it's a 2-year term, and these 5 would be extended 1 year, so they'd be a 3-year term.
And so a normal term on the board that was only 2 years?
Correct.
Why would we extend by a year?
Because the ordinance asks that the terms of 8 of the board members expire in odd number years, and 7 of the board members expire in even number years.
Gotcha. So these ones are going to be extended 3 years as opposed to just serving for 1 year and then being re-up for the next 2.
So the other 8 would be expiring in 2027, and these would be expiring in 26, and then these would be expiring in 27.
Okay. Would we not just want them to expire next year and then re-up them then?
That'd be, I mean, I guess that'd be up to council to do an amendment, but it would be more stable for the board just to continue it out
Sure.
for 3 years. That's typically,
Okay.
3 years is typically what we have on our boards and commissions anyways. We've narrowed it down to 2 years for both this board and the Transportation Commission based upon feedback from council.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for Adam on this? All right, seeing none, thank you. That concludes our agenda for today and for the year 2024. Again, happy holidays, and we will see you in 2025. We are adjourned.